Hello and welcome to PAXTON ROAD TV. This is your PAXTON ROAD TV preview show for the game Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur, which kicks off tomorrow, 5:30 at Old Trafford. In the house, joining me to go through the preview, Mike Hotspur Hustler, Sid Spurs, and Sean Hurl, PAXTON ROAD Supremos, as I like to call them. Welcome, gentlemen, to the stream. Right, less than or just over 24 hours to go before the game. I would suggest that this is one of the biggest games if we are looking at the top four race. I know we've kind of tried to mute the top four talk, but we get dragged back into it, don't we? So we have to talk about it. We have got an opportunity, depending on results, obviously. Arsenal playing at the weekend as well. But this is an opportunity now for us to, if we can take points off Man United completely, I say completely, almost get them out of the race because we've got a few games in hand to them. And let's see what we can do. So before we start, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, PAXTON ROAD TV. Make sure you do support us all the way if you can. Put them comments in the comment section as well, and we will do our best to get through all of them. Okay, right, gentlemen. Banners. There we go. Welcome to PAXTON ROAD, Manchester United versus Tottenham. That's correct. Hotspur Hustler. So, I don't know if you've had a chance to see the press conference from Conte. Seems quite upbeat, realistic in there. Mentioned a few players. I think the biggest thing for me anyway was when he talked about Oliver Skip. He doesn't know when Oliver Skip's coming back. Our midfield consists at the moment of Bentancur and Højbjerg, I would say, is our best two. The Winks Renaissance, as Mr. Hurl will say, is probably on a little bit of a back burner at the moment, but, the Skip is going to be a big miss. Do you think it's going to be pretty much the same sort of approach to the game in terms of the kind of like counter-attacking style, or do you think we can make United a bit more tomorrow?
No. I say set up counter-attack. Let United come at us, and if they do, I honestly think we can pick them apart like we did with Man City, like we did with Leeds, and like we did with Everton. Because I don't think as much as Man United, even though they're in bad form, they are still a threat going forward with all the players that they've got. But defensively, when you've got someone that let's put it this way, how can I say it politely? I'm trying to think of a word. If you've got Harry Maguire, you've got a chance of scoring a goal. And I just don't, in the form that he's in at the moment, if Harry Kane and Son are at the races tomorrow, I think Harry Maguire is going to have a long afternoon.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing Man United being at home, I would expect Man United to want to play on the front foot. However, they don't play well on the front foot. They've got a better counter-attack game. If they play the likes of Sancho, the likes of Rashford, they've got those players that can play on the counter-attack. Now, the problem they've got is, can they put Ronaldo into that setup and still have the same counter-attack in football? I don't think so. I think Ronaldo's probably going to play tomorrow because he's thrown enough toys out the pram to start another toy shop if he wants to. So I think he's going to be starting tomorrow, which means style of play, I'm not quite sure what to expect from Man United. That's really what I'm thinking.
I can't see them at home setting up the way I think we would be setting up. I think United are going to come at us. They have to. They've been on the receiving end of a I say a humiliating defeat, but it's against Man City, so it's no shame to lose against them. But
yeah, not everybody can do well against Man City. You know what I mean?
Right. Not everyone can win 2 games.
Not everybody can do it.
Getting 6 points isn't for everyone.
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
It ain't. We know that. But yeah, I just don't think United are gonna. I don't think they're gonna sit back against us. I think they will. They have to come at us. They have to.
Yeah.
They've got no choice.
What do you think the game plan is from Conte for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he will adopt a similar game plan as to City. The only difference is that United, have they really got the players to play, pressing football? I mean, they're going to, from what I understand, Rackett has said today that Cavani and Ronaldo will be playing tomorrow. So,
will they be starting or will they just featuring? Because if they start Cavani and Ronaldo, I'm more than happy with that. More than happy.
Yeah,
who knows? They're definitely for consideration. But they're going to be forced to by their fans because their fans are hurting. Yeah. I mean, the capitulation in the second half, particularly at the Etihad, it was painful for United fans. And I think they will want to, come out of the traps. And that's when we've got to, be smart, keep them quiet for 20 minutes or so. And then the agitation starts getting onto them. Big games. Historically, this has always been a big game. And unfortunately, too often, we've turned up playing the brand rather than the team. We've been in awe of the, Manchester United, the brand, rather than the team. And I think this is a big game, definitely. I'm hoping that we see repeats of our last visit to Manchester.
Which, if we saw that would be incredible. I'm just going to read this comment before I come to you, Sid. Steve Fraser saying, "Morning, people. Both teams want to play counter-attacking, but they're at home, so that's an advantage to us. But I reckon they'll save Ronaldo for Atletico on Tuesday. 2-1 to us. Come on, you Spurs." And that's a point because they have got a round 16 Champions League game on Tuesday, which I believe is 1-1 in the score. Are they playing at home or away, Man United? I can't remember. Oh, right. Okay. So they've got to take that into consideration if they want to progress in that. They have to win this game as well, in my opinion. So, again, that might play into our hands. So, Sid, again, do you think that the game on Tuesday will have an influence on the starting 11 for Man United tomorrow?
Do you know what? Just going back to what Sean said, mate, it's not the last time. The last 2 times we've been to Manchester, last time we beat City, and the time before that at Old Trafford, we beat them 6-1. So, it's going to be third time, hopefully, lucky for us. But Sam, what you're saying, I'm not too happy in the sense where if Cavani and Ronaldo start, right, I think they'll cause us problems because I was at the game at the Hotspur Stadium when they beat us, and Cavani absolutely ripped us to shreds. His movement off the ball that day was immense. He wanted it more than anyone, and if he comes like that tomorrow, where he wants it and he runs, because all right, we had Sanchez at the back that day, right? We're not going to have it tomorrow.
And we had Nuno in charge at the time.
And we had Nuno charging, yeah. But I still think on his day, Cavani can cause us problems. But I think with Dyer and what's his name at the back, Romero, I think it won't be an issue. But like you all have said already, they're hurting. They're playing at Old Trafford in front of their own fans after getting battered last week to Man City. They're going to have to come up with a result. Otherwise, there's going to be riots tomorrow in Manchester, I reckon, because they're not going to accept it. And as much as it sounds, and as Roy Keane said, it's only Tottenham. If only Tottenham go and beat them as well, I think there's going to be an uproar there. I think there's going to be some serious shit going on.
Well, we'll look at the stats in a minute in terms of the league games that we played against them, both total and at home. Obviously, we know that Man United in the past have been a bit of a, well, it's only Tottenham, and that's what they've used as their mantra to play against us. Similar to Chelsea, they've got that sort of like bit of a hoodoo over us. But I look at the team. If you looked at the beginning of the season, you'd expect Man United to be in and around chasing for the title because of the players that they've got on the squad. I know they've had some difficulties but man for man, on paper, it looked better. If I look now, and I'll come to you, Mike, on this one, I look at the defense, centre backs. We've got better centre backs than them, in my opinion, in terms of performing. I look at the 2 midfielders. If you're playing 2 in midfield, would you want to have McFred over Bentancur and Højbjerg? I don't think so. Then I look at the front line and the spine of the team. Son and Kane over CR37 and Cavani. Do you know what I mean? So I look at all of that and I think, yeah, on paper that might seem like Man United have got a big advantage over us, squad depth. But look at the players that could be potentially playing tomorrow. I think our spine's better. So because of that, does it make us, I'm not saying necessarily favourites, but would you be disappointed if at least we didn't get a draw out of the game tomorrow?
Yeah, with United's current sort of form, I am quite confident about this game. I know we've all been in a form where we're confident, where we think, oh yeah, we should be winning this game. I don't think it's a case that and this is what I was going to say. There is that situation. However, However, I am quietly confident that Spurs can get a good result tomorrow. Even if Ronaldo plays and Cavani, if those two are playing, then that tells you that they are going to be set up to be the aggressors, which that will suit Spurs. It will suit Spurs if Man United come at us and we soak that pressure up. They won't be able to deal with the counter attack. Man United defensively, when you look at that back line. It's a four. Their back line is going to be probably Shaw, Dalot, Varane, and Maguire. I don't rate that back line at all. I don't think there's many Man United fans that are probably rate that back line. Not under because the way that Ralf's wanting to play, the team itself, they're just not. It doesn't suit them. I just don't think it suits them. Even though I think it's probably the right way to play for United, I don't think it suits the players that he's got. And that's their issue. So I'm hoping if they play on the front foot, which they've been struggling with, I think it will suit us.
I agree. I want them to play on the front foot because we've seen the games where we've got teams who are pressing us and we can break the press and get around them. The Man City games, we've seen that. Everton, to a degree that they tried to do that for the first 20 minutes of the game, and it wasn't successful, and we got around them. So Leeds again, the same thing. So I'm hoping that Man United, because of the way that they have to perform at home, I think there's a level of expectation for them to be at home. I think that's the same for most teams. But if that's the case and they do come at us, what sort of team approach or is there any changes in the personnel from the Spurs Sid, that might be possible, or do you think it's going to be the same team that we've seen in terms of the 3-4-3 or 3-4-1-2 formation? Is there anything that you think might change tomorrow?
Do you know what? I think confidence is good. I think against Everton, obviously the only change I see is Cess, because Cess is out, isn't he now? I think that's him done now. I think maybe even his career at Spurs, because he spends more time in that treatment room than he does on the pitch. But Reggie came on, Reggie done well, so I don't see any changes apart from Reggie coming in for Sessegnon, because they're on a roll, they're on a rhythm, and as they say, rhythm is a dancer. Yeah, you got to keep with the team and let them dance, let them keep dancing.
You do. He finds a way, doesn't he? This guy finds a way. He's amazing. Sid, you're amazing. Now you find a way to get these songs in here. I don't know how you do it. Sean, the same thing for you, really. Conte talked about certain players in the press conference when asked about Matt Doherty. He was very, very accommodating with Matt Doherty and very, very complimentary, should I say. Said that he's one of the players that he feels has developed over the last 4 months, takes on information well, and maybe now, I know this is not Mike's favorite player, but he seems to have now.
He's going to have a bad game if you say this.
I knew this is going to promote some sort of discussion, but he did say that he thinks Matt Doherty has been one of the players that takes on the information, has progressed well, has improved. Are we beginning to see some of that in terms of the last couple of games with Matt? What was it, 3 assists, 1 goal in the last 2 or 3 games? What's your thoughts, Sean?
Well, I suppose on when you take it at face value, it looks like we finally bought the Matt Doherty we thought we were getting 2 years ago. But you know, I'm just hoping that we are actually seeing the blossoming of the Irish Cafu, and that we
don't mention Cafu in his name. Don't do it, Sean. Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stand up for him. You know what I mean?
Sean, it's Dohertinho.
No,
Dohertinho.
It's Dorothy. Dorothy Cotton.
As expressions would say, Doberto Carlos. That's his name. Doberto Carlos. Come on, lads.
That's a good one, but then he's always going to find the name. I seem to remember when he used to call Winks Miniesta. So there you are.
Oh, God.
Calm down, Mike. You're going.
It's just embarrassing, isn't it?
No,
expressions with all these names.
He's made that place available. He has taken on board, because he's not just sticking to the wing and, you know, chalk dust on his boots. He's coming inside. He's, you know, look at you can't fault him for the 2 assists against Everton. They were absolutely peach perfect. So yeah, good on him. You know, he can get 2 out of these players, even including Harry Winks.
Sorry. I'm seeing some of the comments coming up here. Who's done this? Who's done this?
Doherty. No.
Doherty. What's going on here?
Maradona with Doherty's face on it.
Yeah. I sent that one. Yeah, that was funny.
I can't cope. Maradona. Don't. Let's just. Dear. Why do we do it to ourselves? Us fans, Spurs fans.
Shane's frozen. You know what? You can even go. He's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Matthew's a new star.
Oh, he's gone again. But you can even go to calling Marco Van Doherty.
No, don't. Let's get back. Stop it there.
Let's get back to seriousness, though. Right, okay. Matt Doherty, I think he has probably proved himself that he's going to be the wing back that plays tomorrow. I can't see, how Emerson gets back in. Is there? I'll come to you, Sid. Is there any sort of? Because now we've got Sessegnon out. Looks like he's going to be out till at least the international break. Reguilón's come back in. There was a bit of talk about the COVID sort of thing, which is probably one of the reasons why I think maybe Conte's not played him as a start. But then I think he's also been able to give Sessegnon a degree of confidence by playing him for the 5 league games in a row. Are we better off with Reguilón on the left wing back, or are we weaker? What's your thoughts?
Do you know, honestly, I know there's a lot of Reguilón fans out there, and I think there's a lot of Sessegnon as well. It's a mixed bag, isn't it? But what I've seen of Sessegnon in the last few games, I think he's done well. I mean, against the last game that we played, Everton, every time the amount. Again, this is one of them where you probably guys didn't see it on TV, but I was at the stadium, and every time we got the ball on the right or on the right-hand side of the pitch, the amount of space Sessegnon was in, that ball to him was on every single time. With Reguilón, I don't see that as much often as with Sessegnon. But Reguilón came on and he done quite well. So
and he scored, didn't he?
He scored, yeah. So I'm not too gutted he's not playing. I am a little bit gutted because he was starting to get that confidence and that run of games. And that's what he needs. He needs that momentum, doesn't he? But I don't think I'll be gutted as much. I mean, we've got 2 decent left backs. If he was fully fit, I would have wanted Sess to start. But if he's not injured, then it's not a bad option to have.
For me, I wait up. I personally believe that, Sessegnon's a better defender than Reguilón is. I think at this moment in time, Reguilón is a better attacker. I think that's down to confidence. I would have liked to have seen Sess get some more confidence such that we've got this competition for that left wing back role. And I think that was beginning to develop. On the right, I'm not quite sure we've got that unless Conte decides maybe a Bergwijn or a Lucas Moura could potentially play right wing back. Because I think that Emerson is going to need more time. I think he's going to need more development time to become a better attacking player. And his defending is down to confidence because he's been, playing mixed match with Sanchez sometimes and sometimes some weeks Romero. Maybe that hasn't helped him. I'm trying to find causes for why Romero hasn't really done as well. Sorry, Romero, as Real hasn't done as well as maybe we've expected. Is it going to be a case of?
Having said that,
yeah,
he did play against City. Royal played against City.
Yeah.
He just needs to be given a bit of leeway. Like it's his first season in England. You've got to cut him some slack to a certain degree because, I mean, he's come from a league. He's come from an overseas league that's playing at a far slower tempo. The physicality side isn't anywhere near what it is in the Premier League. I think you've got to cut him some slack. Give him at least a season just to get himself embedded into English football, and then let Conte do some work with him on the field to improve him as an attacking wing back. Because defensively, I mean, he was always
Are you going to give the same sort of emphasis for Matt Doherty to be improved by Conte as well? Mate, come on, Mike.
Right, with Doherty, no, you don't even need me to. With Doherty, he's played 2 games and we're now thinking, yeah, this guy's turned a new leaf. I'm telling you now, it's just who we've played that he's come good. I don't rate it. In the summer, get rid of him. And the same with I'm going to say this.
Half game you're discounting there, Mike. What about when he was substitute at Leicester City? We don't get those 3 points without Doherty.
Yeah, but why is it not? So there's 3 games that you've mentioned that he's come good in. How many games have we had since we bought him? It's not good enough. Like where we want to be, we can't have players that are just they turn up for 2 or 3 games and all of a sudden we think he may have turned the corner.
That's just my opinion. Doherty to have a man of the match performance.
Yeah,
I hope he
does. Still won't be happy. Still won't be happy.
No, because temporary class is permanent, and I don't think he's good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. But I hope he does have a man of the match performance and we win, because why wouldn't I want that? But I'm going to say the same for Cess. The guy's spending more time on the treatment table than he's on the pitch. Summertime, I'd assess him, and me personally, you might be surprised by it, but I'd probably get rid of him because he's just a Lamella number 2. Mark my words, Session is a Lamella Mark 2.
He's harsh, isn't he? You know what? Sometimes Hustler comes up with some things and he's just like kicking people in their heads. He's literally kicking them in his head.
We don't win 6-1 without Lamella, remember?
Yeah, but other than that game, he spent like 50 odd games on the treatment table. We need players that are in that team week in, week out that can perform. We don't need players like Session who's going to spend most of his time on the treatment table.
Eric Lamella in his birthday week. That's terrible.
The thing is, I think we've been spoilt now, and not so much sport. We've seen the reality when you get it right in the transfer window. With the 2 buys that we got in January, Bentancur, Kulusevski. That's what you want to get right. Players that they're not world renowned. They were never worldies, but they fit the system and they've come into the first team and they've played well. Do you know what I'm saying? They haven't just come in to fill the numbers. They've taken over from players who were in the team and have performed. Kulusevski, I think now, I can't see how Moura plays. If Moura was to start tomorrow, I'd be like, as opposed to Kulusevski, I'd be like, hold on a minute. No, what's going on? And same goes to Bergwijn. Although Bergwijn's probably a bit of a closer fit for me, Kulusevski's now proven in 6 league games that he's got everything about him to be a Premier League player.
And he'll just get better and better. Same as Benny. Those 2, you could argue with Benny, certainly. Like he has got the ability to become our next sort of, I say Luka Modric in a loose sense of the word, but he has all that ability to become a very, very good footballer. I think his feet are just
he hasn't won 3 Serie A's for nothing, has he, Bentancur?
And that's what we've got to remember. He's a winner, and he's only 23, 24, I think he is.
24, I think he's younger than that. 20. I thought he was 22, 23. But either way, he's in his early 20s. So
I think it's key now that we see these players develop and get better. But I'm happy that they've come in and fitted into places where we needed them to. I know we talked about the wing back area, but if we can, let's say we can get this improvement to continue with Doherty, you wouldn't be so concerned to go through the rest of the season with him there, even if it was him playing as opposed to Royal, because 1 game a week or effectively just Premier League games left. Shouldn't suffer too much from burnout, I hope. And with the fitness improvements that we're likely to get from the team anyway, you should be able to hold down that spot if you're playing well. So again, we might just have to be a bit lucky because, Skip being out, if we do get an injury to Bentancur, then, we are going to be short in midfield, which is what Conte was saying in the press conference yesterday. He's a bit concerned about that area of the pitch. Let's now have a look at some numbers then, because I know that we've all got to get going pretty soon. So, share as per usual. Okay, then. Let us have a look at the league table as it stands. So, let's only deal with the top, from 4th to 8th, really. So, Arsenal in 4th, 48 points, having played 25 games. Manchester United, 47 points, having played 28 games. West Ham United, 45 points, 28 games. And us neatly tucked on the inside rails, 26 games played, 45 points. So 3 points to Arsenal, but Arsenal have a game in hand. Obviously, we still got them to play. And play Manchester United tomorrow. We've got West Ham to play. So we've got all of those guys to play coming up. And it's tight. Even Wolves having played 28 games on 43 points, could still say they're with a bit of a shout, at least of a top 6 position. Moving on then to Spurs' last 5 games. Form so is 2 wins, 5-0, 4-0. So clean sheets in the last 2 games, 9 goals conceded, 9 goals scored. So over the 5 games, 12 goals scored, 5 goals conceded. If we were to get another clean sheet, is that showing us that, the defense is definitely being improved? Or have we just cut down on mistakes? Because I've noticed, I talk about Dyer's importance to the team. And although, again, he's probably a player that you would look at and say he's not a worldie, and could we improve on him? I would say so, yes. But what he brings to the team at the moment in terms of that leadership, clean sheets, I know we've only conceded, 5 goals in the last 5 league games. Is Dyer's important understated, under-talked about, Sid?
Certainly in terms of leadership, Dyer has
gives
us that, yeah. I mean, it's 100% better when Dyer is there. My only concern about him is that he's often forced onto his left foot when he's doing his clearing passes, and he's not as strong on his left foot, and he often concedes the ball actually clearing our lines. But if as long as they don't force him that way, he'll be absolutely immense for us tomorrow. He loves these games, I don't think he's not scared of going to Man United as away, and I think he'll have a great impact tomorrow. I'm expecting a good performance from him. Mistakes, maybe we have eliminated mistakes, but maybe it's because it's a sign of us bedding into this system more, being making ourselves available, picking the right personnel at the right time.
Sanchez.
No Sanchez,
no Sanchez, yeah.
And no Sanchez and Royal together.
I think that was the biggest thing. When you got 2 players who lack confidence anyway, who not greatest in the air, it was a recipe for disaster. And we were getting turned.
No one wants a Royal Sanchez, do they?
Let's move on then. So this is
Man United. Mexican wrestler.
Man United's form last 5 league games, scored 8, conceded 7. Obviously the 4-1 against Manchester City, 0-0, 4-2 against Leeds. So now looking at the Leeds result, we've done them 4 at theirs anyway. So we did ours at home, but Man United beat them away. But that's I'm not going to put any emphasis on that result. The results against Brighton and Southampton, though, you could see further back. 2 teams that we play decent type of football. But
they were lucky against Southampton. They were lucky.
Yeah, they were
very lucky.
Watford and Man United. Sorry, Watford and Man City games are the 2 games I'm kind of looking at. Watford, they didn't do too well against Watford. Watford at Old Trafford is where we've got to kind of see ourselves. We're better than Watford, better scoring ability, better team, better defense. It does depend on how Man United approach this game, because I would imagine, didn't watch that game, but I can't see Watford being on the front foot. They would have had to have probably played a bit more of a lower block type counter-attack.
Watford had the chances. Watford could have won that game.
There you go. You go.
Thing is, it's quite simple with United. Stop Fernandes from playing, then that's their main threat, really. I know you could say, well, their main threat is also Ronaldo, but if you stop Fernandes from picking out the likes of Ronaldo, and if Cavani's playing or whoever it is, stop him, and you stop United from playing.
Do you know who I'm fearing tomorrow? Out of all of them players that you've named, you've missed out one player, and he's come from the academy. And I think he's going to cause us more problems than anyone else if he plays. Ilanga.
You know what?
I'm worried about Sancho myself.
Nah, forget Sancho.
Yeah, he's on form, isn't he, at the moment, to be fair to him. But
that's if they get allowed to play a counter-attacking game. That's when they're dangerous. Sancho is dangerous in that counter-attack. I've seen Man United when teams have got a way of playing against them, like how Watford probably did. They don't seem to be knocking on the doors, breaking them down, 20-odd shots. They don't really score that many goals, if I'm honest with you, even with the attack that they've got. Is that down to their midfield? Is that down to their wide areas? Because their fullbacks are not great. Wan-Bissaka's not fantastic going forward, in my opinion. Dalot or Luke Shaw on the other side. Luke Shaw has dropped off the cliff. Dalot, not quite sure about him anyway. So I think we've just got to, individually, if we perform well, we should win. We should win tomorrow. Let's just have a quick look at this next slide. Then talk to me about this. Then Sid, last 5 games against Manchester United, 3 losses, 1 win, 1 draw. Although saying that, you know, the last time at Man United, 6-1 win.
Yeah.
And then these are the last 5 games at Old Trafford. 2 wins, 3 losses. What's your thoughts?
It proves that we don't draw at Old Trafford, so it's going to be, it's either going to be a win or a lose or a loss. But I think going into the game, I think we're on the ascendancy, aren't we? I think we're favourites from what I gather.
Nah, we don't want to be favourites.
No, apparently, from what I've seen and read, they're making us favourites.
Are they?
Yeah, apparently, because
I'm not
maybe
sure.
because of the
One
last
of you's
game.
got some background noise.
Yeah, someone's got some serious background noise, hasn't they?
Serious background noise.
Yeah.
Let's just check yours. It's you, Mike. Mike, you need to have a look. The sound definitely in the background.
Yeah.
Just gonna mute you on that at the moment.
Yeah, I think it just depends on from what they're saying. I think they're saying we're favourites, but you know what? We've been there. We've done it how many times where, you know, and Old Trafford is not really. I mean, last couple of games, it's been a decent games for us, but we've just got to turn up. And I think tomorrow they're going to be under serious pressure. We've just got to go and let them be under pressure. Let them fans get to them. We just got to play our game. Let Kane and Son do their things, and I think we win the game.
Simple as that, isn't it, Sid? It's as easy as that.
Simple as that.
Forgetting about Kulu though, that he's important.
Yeah, 100%. That top three, the front 3 tomorrow are going to be important. The way they interchange and stuff like that. That for me is going to be the deciding. Like you said, they've got attackers, we've got attackers, but all 3 on their day, if they're on point, I think they're going to be unstoppable.
Sean, where's the game won and lost?
Up front.
Aye.
Yeah, you know,
up
front. Whoever performs best up front is going to win the game. And you know, historically we don't have a good record there. You know, take away the 6-1. You know, we've you know, and then even you can never allow for things like the Roy Carroll. Oh no, that didn't go over the line. You know, I mean, there's a whole series of things at Old Trafford that seem to go wrong. I remember us where Gomez thought he'd been awarded a free kick and he put the ball down and Nani just took it around and put it into the empty net. You know,
can you imagine now in the age of goal line technology, if that Carroll goal was given these days, there would be riots, absolute riots if it was given now. But yeah, back then, I don't know how they did. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, it's who's got the cutting edge is what decides the game tomorrow.
Okay, up front, right? Well, let's do this part then, as we know, because we wanted to try and get off so everybody can get moving on this afternoon. Score prediction: where your money, where your mouth is. Yeah, money, where your mouth is. Sid, you've been in jail the last few weeks because of your comments in terms of score predictions. Do you want to be in jail again this week on the Judge Jodi show? I don't think so. So whatever you say, make sure it's positive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So listen, listen. Let me just put it this way: she's not once, twice, 3 times the lady, and she's ain't putting me in jail. She might as well put me in jail 3 times in a row, you know, because you know what? That's what she wants to do, and she always puts me in jail. So I can't speak my mind. I can't say how it is. So
you've been cancelled, Sid. You've been cancelled.
That's it.
He's been censored.
I've been censored. You know what? I'm telling you. And guess what? I might have to do a Craig David and just walking away with troubles in my mind. No. No, seriously though, I think I've got to go with. I might as well. You know what? They say 3 times is lucky, innit? So I might as well go in jail 3 times, innit? So I might as well go with Man United to win, innit?
What's the score prediction then, Sid?
No, I honestly think I've not been that confident a few games, especially like I said, Everton game I said we'd lose and whatever. But tomorrow, I think
don't change it, Sid, because this is going to jinx us.
What's that? No.
If you give us a positive result and we change things, it's going to jinx us.
But then if I don't give, but then if I give
I'd rather you be in prison. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I was going to say exactly. I'd rather you be
Yeah.
in jail, Sid. I don't really,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I'm not going to
You know that,
sugarcoat it.
innit?
I'd rather
You
you
know
be
that.
in jail and Spurs
Right.
win.
You know what?
100%,
All right.
that's the same
Okay,
here.
so on that
When
form,
visiting hours.
yeah, when visiting hours, on that form, right, I'm gonna say, right, if Cavani and Ronaldo start, yeah, I'm not bothered about Sancho, to be fair, at all. Elanga for me is a worry. If Cavani and Ronaldo score and they put in a performance like they did against Spurs, they'll beat us 2-1.
Is that your prediction? 2-1?
That's my prediction, 2-1. Yeah. And before it gets everyone sees it and Judge Georgie comes out on Monday and I get put in jail. I'm only saying that because it's called I'm twisting it around so that we are gonna win, but I'm saying we're gonna lose.
Yeah, that reverse psychology business.
That's the one.
It's
Reverse
it's
psychology.
the Darius effect.
That's
no, it's
it.
not.
That's
It's them two and going to jail.
Like I say,
especially that one. No, that way. That one.
I'm happy for you to be in prison if it means Spurs winning. I'm just saying.
You know what? I'll come and visit you. I'll definitely come and bring you something if you want. You know, some cigarettes or whatever you need. I'll bring them for you.
You can bring me chocolate.
I'll smuggle it in. I don't care as long as Spurs win, mate.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Hustler. Sid's saying 2-1 to Man U, but he's saying a bit tongue-in-cheek because we obviously want Spurs to win, but we're doing the old reverse psychology business there. What are you telling me?
I just don't want to go jail.
You've already going, Joe, because you said 2-1 anyway.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
You're gonna be surprised by this. If we stop Fernandes from playing, if we stop that threat. He's the biggest threat for us. If we stop him, we stop United playing. It's as simple as that in my eyes. Ronaldo, if you cut the supply out to Ronaldo, he'll just throw his hands in the air, throw his toys out the pram, and he won't have a great game. Hopefully, and if you've got Harry Maguire at the back, you stand a chance of scoring goals. So I am hoping that United will come on to us and be the aggressor, and if they do, I think we'll pick them apart. And I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to give United the 1 goal. Go 3-1.
I was thinking, but it's not quite right. So I'm going to come to Sean. So far we've got Sid with a 2-1 Man U, and we've got Mike with the customary 3-1 to the Spurs. Sean, you know it's you next. I'm getting lost.
It's a difficult one. History is not with us, and that's why I can't go with my heart, which says we'll win 2-1. I think it's going to be a Desmond tomorrow. I think a Desmond 2-2.
Apologies for that, Sean. It's just that guy in the background. You know what I mean? You know the one.
Yeah, it's amazing what modern penitentiaries do, eh? Anyway, yeah. I think, unfortunately, it'll be 2-2. But I have a sneaking thing that we will win by a single goal too. So I'll go with I'll hedge my bets because I'm an old man, and I'll go 2-2. Well, I would take it now. To be honest.
We should have gone with a head and hearts one because, as I said, with my head, I'm thinking a draw. I'm thinking, it's going to be a score draw tomorrow, just for the fact that I think Man United have to come out, and I think they're going to have to do everything to at least get a result. I don't personally believe I've seen enough in there, the fallibilities, particularly in defence, that we will get opportunities to score. If Harry Kane does not get opportunities to score against Harry Maguire, then there's something wrong. So we should get opportunities with our front line, with the players playing in the way they are. But it's Man United, isn't it? So I was the same. With my heart.
Remember that he didn't have Varane last week. Varane's a better prospect for them.
Yeah. And I think what you said there as well, Sam, is it going to be a dirty Harry, or is Harry going to do a dirty on Harry? So
I'm hoping that we see Harry Maguire do them same sort of assists that he's been doing regularly. He's been doing nuts for them to score, which is fantastic. Ability for like that. Yeah. Harry Maguire's got to do that for us tomorrow. But I was said 2-2 is what I would say with my head. I'm going 3-2 Spurs. I think it's going to be some goals in there tomorrow. I think we've got enough goals in us, but they've got enough goals in them as well. They're at home. They're really going to push. Can we creak under the pressure? We probably will. That's because of Man United, but I'm saying 3-2. So 3-2 Spurs. I forget about the heart one, or sorry, forget about the head one. I'm going with my heart. 3-2 Spurs. So Sid, 2-1 Man United. Mike, 3-1 Spurs. Sean, Desmond, and Sam, Spurs for life. He's getting 3-2 to the Spurs for tomorrow. People are saying, good point there, Mike. That must be regarding, what was that regarding, that point there? Sorry about that. It's a bit late on the old comments there. No, Elanga is not a treat. Ben Davis is waiting comfortably. Aside City games, Man United still creating chances, in my opinion, and that's why they've had Cavani. Yeah. That's why they had Cavani and Cristiano. I'm worried. Yeah, Sid as well. He's got crazy pace. That's Elanga. Sorry.
Yeah.
Clement, I'm not afraid of Elanga. Dyer is now solid. Do you think that he'll keep him quiet? Because I like that Elanga. Don't get me wrong. I do like him. But if you said to me, who would you think is a bigger threat?
No. Romero will have him for toast. Don't worry.
Plays on the opposite side though, doesn't he? He'll play down Davis's side.
Yeah.
He tends to be on that side of the pitch anyway. Wherever he scored his goals, always seems to be on the right hand side. But
yeah, some people need some hearing aids or something to clean their ears out, because they're obviously saying that Sid's got a great voice. Not sure where they got that one from. Not sure where they got that one. No, and don't encourage him as well. But where they found his singing voice is no. I'm not having none of that. Not having.
Hello from Beaker, the Muppet.
Potomac, welcome, Potomac. We have to score first, and again,
yes,
first goal.
Yes, first goal.
Very, very important, and I think that's going to be the case for us going forward. We've seen that if we play well and we score early, we can really open teams up. When we're having to, come from behind, we've done it. But I don't think we're favourites if that's the case. So we'll have to see in that one. But yeah, people saying the Spurs 3-0 here from the Bertie. Well done. Darryl saying Spurs played terrible against us. So that must be a Man U fan snuck in there somewhere. Potomac's also saying to the panel, if we win tomorrow, do you think we'll have a momentum for a run? Well, I'll put it out to you guys. Do you think a win tomorrow will give us that momentum for that top 4 push?
Coming on it.
Game at a time.
We've got a midweek game, haven't we, against Brighton?
Yeah, we just got to take one game at a time, guys, because you know what happens every time we go overload and overboard.
Always comes back to bite us on the backside, doesn't it?
By a week on Sunday, we'll know where we're going, I think.
Yeah, that game against Man United tomorrow.
West Ham.
Yeah. Because West Ham's next weekend, so that's definitely. And then when they rearrange the Arsenal fixture, I'm pretty sure they're going to make it for TV. So it might be towards the end of the season or later on, but they might then just chuck it in somewhere in April. So we never know. Know. Right then, guys, I think we got to the end of it. Score prediction has been done. We are positive. We've had 2 games on the trot in terms of the league. Let's make it 3 if we can.
Come on, you Spurs.
Make sure if you are watching, hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the comments as well. Hit us up with comments. Look out for the polls as well. You'll see some polls in terms of man of the match. Just so you know, Hustler, the poll that was 190 odd people voted, Roberto Carlos is man of the match for the Everton game. Just to let you know that.
There you go. End it before I start saying anything.
I just like winding Mike up with the Carlos.
Increase his value so we can get rid of him.
If no
Harry Kane will definitely leave then, because that's his golfing buddy.
If that's what Harry Kane would say. If Roberto Carlos leaves, I'm going, because he's the best player in the world. I'm sure he's not going to say that, but he's all right at the moment. He's all right, guys. Mike, Sid, and Sean, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure as always. Let's look forward to the game tomorrow. Notice we didn't have any Man U fans come on our channel. They all made the excuse, oh, we're working. Oh, we're busy. No one was available. Yeah, whatever. We'll see. They do so many days in the show, so many shows in the daytime. But yeah, on the day that we're playing them tomorrow, they can't make it.
Well, discussing with those boys last night, they're nervous. They are.
Of course they're nervous. Of course they're nervous. They should be nervous because we're fucking the best team in the world. Anyway, that's
We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
all right then. Let's stop before Dr. Tottenham knocks on my door saying, "Hold on a minute, you do know I'm still here, don't you?"
No, they won't be knocking on your door because Ceci's already knocking on their door, so they're busy.
Right then, I think that's enough now, guys. Thank you very much. We'll catch up tomorrow for the reaction show. Sid, are you doing anything tonight? Just to remind us.
No, I'm just getting prepared to go jail.
So he's going to be getting jail. So no art Sid tonight. Look out for his.
Drop the soap.
When he's behind bars like this, we're gonna get a photo of him like this looking through. Oh, I want some porridge.
Coming soon to a stream near you from the inside of the walls of the prison will be Ask Sid.
That's enough. We've done enough. We're getting that hype, that feeling of like, just buzzing before a game, and then we get to tomorrow and we're gonna get all nervous. But I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow. It should be a good game. So yeah, as I said, Mike, Sid, Sean, see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one and we'll catch up. Thank you again for watching us and see you again soon.